Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, guys. So December 21st at the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California, we're having a rematch of Tony Harrison, the WBC super welterweight champion, versus Jermell the Iron Man Charlo. It's going to be on Fox PBC. I'm very excited for this fight. It's a highly anticipated fight in my favorite division, 154 pounds. You can call it super welterweight. You can call it junior middleweight, whatever floats your boat. Now, when it comes to this fight, I'm looking forward to it because I'm this type of guy. I hold Tony Harrison in high regards, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people like to dismiss Tony Harrison when it comes to this whole Jermell Charlo situation. I look at it like this. Jermell Charlo is a great fighter. Tony Harrison is a great fighter. I'm not going to diminish either one of these guys when it comes to their greatness at 154 because it takes away from the victory and it takes away from the division as a whole, and that takes away from my favorite division that ultimately leads back to one of my favorite fighters, Jarrett Hurd. So when it comes to this, and I know people don't, they say every time I bring up certain things, I don't want anyone to say this is a triangle theory. It's not a triangle theory. This is what I refer to. Nino Brown Boxing refers to this as an analysis of a resume. Resume analysis. The only thing that gives a person a prestigious resume based off of who they beat is their opponent's resume and who they won against and who they lost against. And all of these guys connect. So it's not a triangle theory. It's not this fighter A beat fighter B. So fighter A beat fighter B, so fighter A can beat fighter C. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying fighter A beat fighter B, and fighter B beat fighter C, which boosts fighter A's resume if fighter C has any type of legitimacy. Damn, I can't talk this morning. But basically, back to this fight. The quick breakdown for me is I still maintain my same position when it comes to this fight. I feel like stylistically, and I'm going off of their last performance, and even if I say their last two performances, stylistically, I feel like Tony Harrison has this version of Jermell Charlo's number. And when I say specifically this version of Jermell Charlo has consistently shown me that Jermell Charlo is a head hunter. Not the old Jermell Charlo. Now, that's the thing. People never really talk about the old Jermell Charlo was an outboxer. He wasn't out here head hunting. He wasn't trying to be a knockout artist. He wasn't getting the highlight reel knockouts. He was outboxing and outpointing his opponents. Now, Jermell Charlo has the ability to beat Tony Harrison by boxing him. But if Jermell Charlo continues the trend that he has been showing over a number of fights, over 3 fights, he will lose to Tony Harrison again. This version of Jermell Charlo, Tony Harrison is a stylistic nightmare for him. Some people may say, oh, this was happening, that was happening, Jermell was more of the aggressor. Absolutely, that is the case, but he was missing. He was missing a lot of shots, and Tony Harrison was consistently landing the clear shots on Jermell Charlo throughout the entire night. And he was making them miss and he was making them pay. Jermell, did he have his moments? Yes. But that's when Jermell decided to take a step back and box. But then every time Jermell starts on a good run, he reverts back to the head hunting because he caught Tony Harrison, and Tony Harrison reacts. And then he goes to the head hunting and he get caught about 3 or 4 times before he even come close to landing another punch. All I'm going to say is this, and this is my prediction for the fight. If the version of the head hunting Jermell Charlo shows up December 21st to face Tony Harrison, he will be receiving his second loss. If the old Jermell Charlo, with the superior boxing ability, the disciplined Jermell Charlo, the one that does not look for the knockout, the one that's not a head hunter, the one that's not trying to emulate what Deontay Wilder has to do with minimal effort. If the boxing Jermell Charlo shows up, he will be victorious. But if he doesn't, he'll take another L. So we'll see how things play out. And all I can say to people is, this is not Jermell Charlo hate. I'm only going off of what I've seen. And we all know, prior to Jermell Charlo going to Derrick James, and this is not a Derrick James thing, this is a Jermell Charlo thing. But prior to him going to Derrick James, Jermell Charlo was not a headhunter. He outpointed his opponents, and I feel like that version of Jermell Charlo can beat Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison is the type of guy, when you are a headhunter on him, Tony Harrison has a lot of defense. After he's fixed his endurance issues, he's only gotten better. So we'll see how things play out December 21st. But that's my pick, guys. Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.